back. Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Vendor Spotlight. Now, we are sitting down tonight with Sheena Jacobus of Divine Feminine Beauty, Reiki, all kinds of organic skincare, and so much more. And Sheena, you also do hair, is that correct?
I do, correct, yeah.
Wonderful. And Sheena is going to be vending at our Season of Souls Psychic Fair on the 31st, November 1st and 2nd. And she's also going to be doing aerial hoop demonstrations along with a little bit of yoga and some Reiki. So tell us all about it.
So there's been a lot of exciting things going on at Divine Feminine Beauty. What I am going to be offering at the vending show is, of course, Reiki healing. That's always been a big part of my healing journey. My skincare and my hair products, which I infuse with my healing and, all organic. And my ingredients are very intentional. They're all infused. I do it by the phases of the moon. I really put my all into my healing products. And I use the best ingredients, all organic and good for your hair and your skin. I use them as part of like my daily anointing rituals that I do. So I create them with feedback that I get from everybody. So I'm really excited to offer those products. And then of course, aerial kind of goes around with my yoga. So I'm demonstrating some of the yoga and the aerial for healing and health and how it helps your body and movement. And so I'm excited. So many different things, and I'm excited to offer them all at the show. I've been working really hard getting everything together for it.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit more about the Reiki that you do. And I know you do some mediumship, I know you do some astrology. Give us a good idea of what you do, how you got into this, how your journey started, and how it's changed you. And what made you decide to go on the journey?
So I think I've always been a part of, healing and spirituality since I was a child, but my own journey didn't start until later, like about 15 to 17 years ago, as pretty much everybody's does. We went through something traumatic and, we had to heal from that. As far as my products, my family is from the Appalachian Mountains. So we've always had our own like herbalist kind of products. And what I've done is I've just put my own healing into those same recipes and updated them. And then added my expertise with hair to those ingredients to make it actually, work and beneficial for the hair at the same time. My energy healing started with Reiki. I tell everybody that's what really opened me up into the world. I was actually I didn't know at the time, but I was very sick. And Reiki has kind of taken a life on its own with me. I combine it with astrology. I combine it with, of course, energy centers, whatever, names you guys give it by. And I'm a total healing. Like I like to heal inside out, all around. That's kind of like my motto, like where beauty and healing combine is kind of my motto in life. I want to make healing beautiful inside and out. And that I include astrology, Reiki, movement, because I think in yoga it's really important, especially to do yoga that is kind of tailored for you and your needs. And like for me, I combine like a lymphatic drainage routine along with my yoga flow, so I can kind of wake up my immune system in the morning and get my body flowing. I combine with somatics, facial massage while I'm doing yoga. It really
say that one more time. It blipped out just a little bit.
Like combining facial yoga facial massage, lymphatic drainage of the whole
There.
body, yoga.
Now, I've heard a lot about it. I've had a little bit of experience with it. Tell me more about lymphatic drainage.
So lymphatic drainage is basically you want to wake up your lymph nodes and the different areas of your body, but your lymphatic system has a very large amount to do with your immune system and how your body. And I personally, since I've been working with it, your energy, you open your energy through your lymphatic system as well. And I do it from like the face down. And not only does it wake up my energy, but it also wakes up my immune system, keeps me healthier, more energetic, and out in the world. So,
Okay, I love it. Okay. What percentage would you say of people walking around out there have a overgunked up lymphatic system?
oh, I would say with the amount of autoimmune issues, inflammation, I would say a good majority. I'm not exactly specifics, but a good majority of the people that I work with, lymphatic system is to blame, and it's where everything starts. You know, is
Mhm.
that's your that's your I don't know how to really explain it. It's like your railway of your immunities and your energy within your body. It's how your body cleans itself,
Okay,
you know, regulates itself.
so now here's the question. How do you know when your lymph is clogged, gunked, oversaturated? How do you know when it needs some work? Or when you're
Um,
in real deep trouble? I mean, and are
but
there
usually,
foods you can eat to drain it? Are there, I mean, how can you do it? I don't think it's as simple as putting your head over a pot of boiling water, right?
nope. So like, there's lots of different signs. Inflammation is a big sign. Inflammation has to do with everything. Um, Feeling like if you're getting swelling under your eye, like one of my telltale signs is I will get fluid retention in my face from my Crohn's. So inflammation will kind of build up in my cheeks and I'll see it right away. And then I will, massage and move that around and, drain it down where it's supposed to go. But basically it's just moving helping your body move your immune system around and clean itself out.
Um,
And there's so many things that are linked to it. It's kind of hard to pinpoint, certain things, but majority of the people, it's beneficial for all.
are there any foods or herbs or essential oils that you can take or use to help with that? I've heard about lemongrass, but what
Um,
are your thoughts?
I like to tailor that to each individual specifically. That's what I do with my personal oil is I tailor it to like my immune needs.
Okay.
And then like I use it like I oil my body in the morning and then I'll also do my lymphatic yoga draining at the same time. And I would say tailor that to each individual, especially even the way it's drained, depending on what you're facing or how your immune system responded to the inflammation would be how you would want to work that through your body.
But would you be willing to do like a basic class in it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. But we got off topic. Go back. You were saying how making healing beautiful. Because, yeah, healing can be pretty nasty sometimes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I do here is I combine healing with beauty. Um, because like I said, healing is such a big part of my life. I think as a stylist, we've always kind of known like your hairstylist is like your little miniature counselor.
Yeah.
And so that's what I do here. I want, people who come here you can come here, you can feel beautiful. We can make you energetic products to help you move that energy around and feel beautiful. If you have things you need to talk about, let's get those out. Let's talk about, I mean, it's an all-in-one healing situation here. And it's all available to you. And that's kind of how I like to package it. It's not about one thing with me. It's like it's a dedication, or I would say like a lifestyle dedication, that everyone's welcome to, no matter what that would be. Like if you're struggling and you need some help with astrology, I can help you, um, pretty much map your life with astrology. It's something I'm just gifted with. I could tell you how you should eat. I could tell you how, you should move in the world, how you should work with different energy and communicate. And I just try to apply that to whatever situation people are going through in their daily lives. Let's work through it, and use your astrology chart to see how best you can balance the energies that you're going through currently. So, yeah.
Awesome possum. Okay.
Build it from there, and then if you need movement, then we figure out movement and what kind of movement you need to work your energy, and it's just all in one with me, I guess.
I like that. That's actually a really good service. Now, what do your services cost on average, on range? And of course, how long have you been doing them, each one?
So I've been a hairstylist for, I think it's like 15 plus years. I can't even count anymore.
Wow, that is a long time. Lots of
Yeah.
experience. I
Yeah.
still got to get my mom down to see you because you've got experience with the curly hair. So,
Yeah.
got to get her over to see you.
Yeah, and I try to keep I'm from a smaller town, so I try to keep my prices moderate, and I do a lot of community work in my community with, donations and helping my community out. But I try to keep in the lower end range of things for my community and the people that I see. Like I said, I'm more about healing than I am, trying to, I know stylist services are crazy right now, but I am on the lower end of that spectrum in my community here. Yeah. But I
Awesome.
try to stay affordable for everybody is kind of how I frame it.
Now, I'm going to ask, and I don't know if I was hallucinating it or not. Do you also do nails there? I thought I saw something where you or somebody was going to be doing nails as well.
So I can do nails. I'm not set up for it currently, but I did just start offering gentle foot care, which is like a pedicure service, mainly for my elderly clients. Kind of help. It's basic foot care, and then I do like nail painting and such afterwards if they want to, and
Okay.
just kind of from there. But yeah,
You're a
not
brave
quite.
girl. I hate touching
But
people's feet unless it's my kid. I don't touch people's feet. Yep.
I I have never minded it. I know it's a service that the elderly greatly need.
Yeah, definitely.
They're not all capable of doing it. And one of the best experiences I remember of in my life is, you can look her up on the internet. It's in Minneapolis. It's a nun who runs, I think it's called Sharing and Caring Hands.
Okay.
But she would wash the feet of the homeless and then provide them shoes. And I just always loved that about her. Like, she never judged. She just provided the service. So yeah.
Ugh, no, but that's cool.
Most feel that way. Most feel that way. Yeah.
Not a feet person. No, but okay. Now, can you talk a little bit, if you feel comfortable, can you talk a little bit about what led you here?
To
More in
this.
depth. More in depth.
So I came from a very harsh background. I think most of the soldiers do, but a life of trauma with my family. I still deal with them, currently to this day. But
I've
I
seen
wanted
some stuff online. That is rough, girly.
that's
Dang.
just like scratch. That's like surface
Yeah, I
scratch
know.
level.
I figured.
Uh, but yeah, it was just I wanted to be what I needed in the world, for other people. So that's why I started my healing journey, and helping people in situations like helping feed children, offering haircut services to children. I have like a little food pantry in my salon, where I feed the little ones, and giving back in any way I
Dude,
can.
I loved having a food pantry in the shop, but mice came in. I had to get rid
Yeah.
of everything. And then at the new building, I don't dare because I am terrified of mice.
Yep.
They
Yep.
did a
And,
number on everything.
oh yeah, I bet. Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to keep up, but it's something new. So, we're giving it a
Plastic
try.
containers, everything, plastic containers, plastic containers. I can't stress that enough. And if you have ramen, double plastic container because it is like a mice attractant.
Yeah.
Ramen
Most
and popcorn.
Yeah. And then once you get them in, it's hard to get them out. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Now, they did a lot of damage at my old shop and a lot of product loss, especially with the herbs, because if that thing even touches it, you got to toss it for health reasons.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I do it. I try to give back to others who are in similar situations that I, grew up from. There was a time where I was homeless for a large portion of my life. And I lived
seriously,
in,
now I didn't know that.
not a lot of people, I don't speak on it very much. But yeah, I was homeless for a large period of my life.
How
Lived in a shelter.
come? You seem so driven.
Yeah, it's big responsibility young. So, but my mom had lost her mother at a young age. And she turned to drugs. I come from a family with a large history of, drug and alcohol abuse and other things. And she was an addict for about a 6-year period. So it was kind of like survival mode at that point in time. And she did overcome her addiction.
Good for
It
her.
got
Congratulations.
and but yeah, it was a very struggling period of time for me, and that's why I'm so firm in helping others and helping the community, because I was that little girl on the street. At one point in time, I stole food, just because I was hungry. I stole food for me and all my siblings. We lined up in line for the free. That's why I know sharing and caring. We ate there a lot as a child. During that time period. So that's why I'm so, I guess, I don't know, I have such a drive of justice and helping others. So, yeah.
But it also keeps you grounded. It doesn't let you get that. I don't know if you've noticed it. I mean, yeah, it's always been there in the background, but have you noticed just the absolute victim mentality and entitlement that has been permeating everything? And it's
Yes.
like, dude, no, nobody is entitled to anything. My dad always told me, you might be my princess, but you ain't the princess of the world, and the world don't turn for you. He was big on that, And I always thought it was just weird when he would say it. I was like, okay, Dad, you're being weird again, whatever. But he really did do me a favor. Because
Yeah.
God, just do for me. Do for me because I'm special. It's like, yes, we're all special, but
Yeah.
individually. Still got to go
Yeah.
out there and, do that work,
Yep. I always say it's my Capricorn rising too. My Capricorn rising is my driver and all things. But one thing I never do is I never give up.
Yes.
If it doesn't work one time, I make another plan and I make another plan and I keep at it until I get there. And that's why I am where I am today. I mean, it took a lot of hard struggle, a lot of detours, but you just got to keep going. And if it doesn't work, try again. It doesn't work, try again.
But I really like that about you. You keep going through any sort of obstacles, but also you are so grounded about it. There's no, I'm sure you've got ego, but it's more rooted in a humble, grassroots kind of approach. You're very much on the yes, I'm doing this, yes, I'm awesome, but I'm not doing this because I'm awesome. I'm doing this because I'm awesome, kind of thing.
I tell people I do out of literal love for myself, like competition with myself. I do it to show the past version of me, why she held on so strong. And uh, that's who I do it for. And like I tell people, I do it for me and I do it for the person I needed all those years. Like every person that came into my life that was a blessing. I want to bless somebody else in those same ways. So yeah.
That is a great way to pay it forward. Wow. Look at you.
I try.
So, What made you decide to get a brick and mortar?
So I generally think that was the universe just working its way as it was supposed to work in my life at that point in time. So I had gotten my um I had been got my master's of Reiki, and I wanted to start doing Reiki healing. But my cosmetology license actually gives me license to actually touch people physically, where most Reiki healers, they're not
Yeah.
licensed to physically touch. So I just started. I put my Reiki bed in my closet, and I had started donating haircuts to like the community, for like back to school and stuff, and just helping out in the community, like in my bathroom, like kids need a haircut, and I was like, come on over, like everybody that needs it. Um, it had caught on in the community, and the lady here in town, she runs the real estate office. She had actually said that she had like a little space, and if I wanted to, I could, go up to that space and use it to, cut hair. And so that's how it started. And I started with just this little room, and now I have like the whole side of like it's expanded to the whole side. And I just got my new little mixing room for my products where I could do all of my products and storage and everything. I got a room dedicated to that. And so it's just kind of like grown, and it started with this little room, and it's just kind of like dance studio and all now. So yeah.
That is amazing. Why did you start doing aerial hoop?
And so aerial hoop started. Well, I went through a really big health battle, and so I've been really weak most of my life because I had Crohn's and I didn't know it, and it causes like muscle degeneration. So
Okay.
I've been weak since I was probably about 16 when I had my first child. And I started with the yoga swing because my doctors had told me that inversion was really good for digestion. And I had gotten on my, working on my body now that I had worked, on my emotional insides. And that's how it started. And I realized I was like, now that I was on medicine, I was getting stronger, like in ways I had never been before.
Yeah.
And um, basically movement was good for me and my body and my Crohn's and keeping my system moving and, my circulation flowing and that lymphatic drainage I was telling you about. And so I just wanted to do it because I'd always wanted to do it. And so I just told myself I was going to get strong enough to do it. And I did. So,
That's amazing.
but yeah.
That is awesome. Now, would you mind expanding a little bit on your journey with Crohn's?
So, the Crohn's, I think it's been my whole life. I just didn't think I know it. I think I was just so used to it. But um, my first sign of it was like when had my first round of children when I was really young. I had my gallbladder removed and I was having a lot of problems.
Now, wait,
And
whoa. You said first round of kids. How many kids do you have?
3.
Okay.
I
It's like
had
first
kids really
round.
young. Yeah, I had kids really, really young. And then I had like the other spectrum of like being the older mom as well. So it's like I had kids here and there. So it was like 18 years apart.
Okay. So I have a question. All right. I had my kiddo late. As a younger mom and an older mom, which one do you prefer?
I prefer older mom.
Okay.
I
Kind
do.
of
I do.
wondered. I
And
had a feeling, but kind of wondered.
and I don't know if it was because I was so young, but my pregnancy with Luna was a lot easier than my ones when I was a teen. I had seizures with my son.
Whoa.
I had problems like when I was young, and I think it was a combination of Crohn's, and I don't care what anybody says, but teens is too early to be having
Yeah.
kids.
No. I mean,
Your
okay,
body,
granted, hey, you know what? I wanted babies as a teen, but I knew better. I was like, oh, hell no. I know I can't handle this, you know?
yeah,
But I mean, just I guess in some way, well, there was always a lot of pressure to have kids younger. You don't want to have children when you're too old, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, dude, whatever. But, you know, I guess coming from somebody's perspective, which is rare, you had children as a teen and then you had them again when you were older, more settled and more experienced. And I always love to ask, which one do you prefer?
Yep, I prefer the older. I would, yeah. I wish I could have scooped my other two from the younger ages and brought them up here, because you are such a different you're such a different person than when you were here than here, you know. So yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I can guarantee you, teenage me versus now me. Teenage me would have looked at me and gone, "Okay, you went wacky. We are done here. I'm not turning into you." you know.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, no. Okay. But anyway, please continue. So you've had two rounds of kids. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when I had my first set of like younger kids, I got really sick and I had the gallbladder. They misdiagnosed me for like a year with heartburn, and it ended up being my gallbladder. And then it kind of stabilized, but I had never been quite normal like other people were. I just continued to get weaker. And then I had like a lot of like fluid buildup and like cellulite in my legs. And I now know that that's like connected to Crohn's and, you know, lymphatic drainage and stuff. And a lot of people don't understand is Crohn's is a digestive issue, but it affects you body wide, like body wide. And then coming to Luna when I had went through my stressful period, where my life like changed dramatically all at once. And then I had Luna. I think that was so much strain on my body that the Crohn's, being undiagnosed but stable, like went into overdrive. But I ended up having like a hysterectomy before they figured out what was going on. And then I ended up with like, it was like 36 inches of like obstruction and strictures in my small intestine. Um, and I
Jesus.
was, yeah, and they told me I was going to have surgery, but I didn't. I trusted my body on that one and Reiki healing, and I just started Reiki, and then I really monitor my diet, and then I started following like intuition when I would eat food. Like, does this feel like it's gonna be good for my body? What is my intuition? And that's kind of how I discovered how I, you know, managed my food, and never ended up having to have surgery for the Crohn's. I've been stable. My body's getting stronger, obviously, in ways that it was never able to do before. So, and that's why I'm so like um, a grouping of things of healing, because it wasn't just one thing that helped me heal. It was a combination of all the things that helped me heal. So yeah,
Absolutely. Okay. Now, now, did they actually take your gallbladder out?
yes, yeah.
Oof, rough. Now, I know with everybody, when they take the gallbladder out, their tastes in foods change. Did yours change? And if so, what changed?
So I had never had normal, not to be too TMI, but I had never had normal solid bowels ever in my life. So I know most people say like they get their gallbladder out and they notice the difference in food, but I had always had that problem with food due to Crohn's. So I never really noticed anything changing in there. I just know that that's usually the first thing, like the first sign of like a like possibility of Crohn's. Especially I was 17. You know, there you shouldn't have to get a gallbladder out at 17.
No,
Um,
no, that's a little early. Well, okay. No, I meant tastes in foods. Like one lady, she could no longer tolerate mushrooms. Another one, she hated cilantro after that. Another one, it was just a change in how food tasted to them. Did you notice one?
I did not have a change in food tasting. I think that's why Crohn's went undiagnosed so long. Because I tell people, if it wasn't for Crohn's, I would probably be like on the 600-pound life. Um,
I get it.
because food, I love food, and even my doctor says that like we never suspected Crohn's because like I've always been a little fluffy, you know. Like I was like, well,
Oh,
I'm like cakes, cookies, and I would eat food even if it hurt. I would, you know,
yeah.
I'm so used to it. It didn't, you know, it
Oh,
didn't.
God. I'm used to the pain. Oh,
Yeah, but I was
Jesus.
like, cake don't hurt, chocolate don't hurt, and even
Yeah.
now I've made like there was a point after I had Luna. I will say that I got like super skinny, and it was the skinniest I've ever been in my life. and they couldn't
Was
figure
it
it
through
out.
breastfeeding?
I think it was like strain on my body after having her, and then Crohn's, because I ate and ate and ate, and I just got like deathly skinny. I think it took a while to like stabilize, and they were blaming it on like other things. Other things were happening in my body, um,
Okay.
and they were thinking it was that before they found out the Crohn's. So that's how I ended up like having a hysterectomy and stuff, because the Crohn's was actually keeping my uterus from like it wouldn't shed and then replenish right, and it would just continuously um like shed over and over and over, and like it would just always, like, for 6 years. And yeah,
Wait,
and it ended
you
up
didn't
being,
stop bleeding?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh my.
yeah, because Crohn's just makes you so weak, your body, your organs just basically start to like give out. So yeah. And
Jeez.
since I just had a baby, that was like the one main affected, and it was trying, basically it was I never recovered after having Luna. Like it never recovered after that. So yeah.
Now, Luna's father, your husband, was he pretty supportive during the pregnancy and after birth and everything? Was he like, babe, you need to go get checked? Like now?
I think like at the point of time, like they were trying to figure out what it was, and it was more confusing than anything for like 7 entire years. And then finally, once they found it, then it was like, thank God. And actually getting the hysterectomy was a relief in itself. But I think it was like 6 months after that is when I had gotten the bowel obstruction. And then
Hmm.
they finally found the Crohn's after that. But they looked everywhere but in my small intestines. I was like,
Okay.
yeah,
Whoa. And you've managed to come back from all of this.
yeah, yeah.
How long has it taken you to get yourself to this point of recovery? I know you're not fully recovered, but to get to the point where you're functional, where you're not in pain, where this isn't eating you alive.
So it's been 2 years now since I've been on the medicine. But I think I've made great strides in the 2 years.
Yeah.
But um, it's amazing seeing myself get stronger and stronger in ways that I could never before. But it's like I tell people, it's literally a lifestyle change, and
Yeah.
you know, you have to like I have to think about myself every day, every time I eat a food, every time I do anything, I have to consider like, is my body going to like this? Because if my body doesn't like this, chaos erupts. And my goal is to get it like under control and in remission, so that I can actually like come off of the Remicade medicine, because I'm not really fond of that one. But I'm sure they'll
You
probably say that I'll have to be on it forever. Lord only knows. But
I was gonna
yeah,
say you've mentioned that it packs quite the punch. But
yeah, it
still
like not.
2 years is like nothing considering everything you've been through. 2 years is damn good.
Yeah, I was sick. I would say I was really sick for 7 entire. I thought I was going to die there. Well, I almost did. I die
Jesus.
there.
Good
Yeah,
God. Yeah, 2 years is nothing. Whew.
yeah.
So are there any foods that you cannot eat with Crohn's, with everything going on? What foods are no?
So there's a bunch of no forever foods, and that's nuts, which bothers me. That nuts used to be my favorite thing. Corn, I can't have any corn anymore. I can't have peas. Peas is a forever no. Anything with a skin on it is a forever no.
No
Pro-
oranges?
oranges I can have if I like break them apart, but like the skin and stuff, and
Yeah.
the little white stuff is really hard for my stomach to break down. Anything processed, at all. If I have a really good day, like if I've had like a 2 week period where like my gut's feeling good, and I can like sneak in like an occasional like shouldn't have this meal, like I can go have Mexican, or once in a while like a cheeseburger or something. But even certain meats I have to make sure I don't eat them too many days in a row. Like I can't eat hamburger like more than just occasionally, and it's crazy.
Okay. That just, wow. Okay, so I can never get diabetic. I can never have Crohn's. I can never have any of these because, oh my God, I love potatoes. I love cheeseburgers. I love it all. I can't do that.
Mashed potatoes, candy is a safe food. Cakes
Candy.
and pies, they are safe. The body can break those down easily. But I can eat vegetables now. I had to go a whole year without even being able to eat any kind of vegetable. Yeah.
Well, that's not
Other
okay.
than carrots I could have, but I got tired of cooked carrots really fast. So
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
You poor soul.
Yeah.
Goodness,
But
goodness.
some foods you get to add back in, and then you have to kind of like watch those foods about how your stomach's feeling. So yeah.
Wow. Well, my dear, that is insane. But you are making a hell of a lot of progress in a very short amount of time. You're going fast. That's good. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I feel like it goes slow, but I guess it's pretty decent. But I think I was so excited to like be able to do stuff for once in my life that I was like, yes, all the
Yeah.
time now. Because before I was like so tired, I couldn't even barely get out of like I don't know how I functioned. Like to this day, I look back at myself, I was like, I don't even know how I was alive. Like I don't even I don't know how I was functioning. Like,
Oh my. And this was even through teenage years, right?
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, wow. Now, you grew up in the Appalachian Mountains, correct?
So my family is from the Appalachians. I didn't grow up. My mom and my grandma they were from the Appalachians, but I did go back when my mom was in Kentucky and I got to spend time there and stuff like that. But my childhood, I grew up in Des Moines. We lived in Mexico for a little bit. And then Minnesota, that was
Wow.
our homeless period. And then we came back to Iowa.
Oh God. Wait, how many years were you homeless up there? Was it through winters too?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God, Minnesota is colder than even Iowa. I think,
Oh,
God, it might be colder than Michigan. I grew up in Michigan. And when it snows in Michigan, you lost small children if you didn't have the blinkers on,
oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
God.
you had to be in like full winter regalia. Like your eyelashes would get
Yep.
like little ice cubes on them. Yeah.
Oh God. You were homeless through the winters up there?
Oh yeah, yeah,
How
yeah.
old were you?
Um, from the age of 10 to 13.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're one resourceful little kid then.
Yeah. I said I was doing the best of things, but we were getting by. But yeah,
Oh,
it was awful. It was awful being homeless up there. It was crazy.
the
But they
cold.
have resources there too. I was gonna say, like sharing and caring. Like she feeds everybody every day, clothes everybody every day. So yeah.
That's amazing. Definitely gives you a good perspective on all this.
Yeah.
Now, I do know that you had mentioned before, and I do want to interview you on this separately, but Appalachian folk magic traditions and things like that. Can you share at least some of the basics of those? Just real quick touch on them.
So I can't speak for all Appalachians, but my family, I know every family kind of has their own branch of everything. But my branch was it's a lot to do with herbs and infusions and food even. My grandma was always in the kitchen making something, whether it was like salve for my eczema or um honestly for a long time before I really grasped it, I thought it was just because we were poor.
Oh,
Like
okay.
like my grandma was always making her own poor people, versions of things that I wanted in the store, and but eventually, I kind of understood, it's tradition. It's not just because you're, quote unquote poor. So yeah.
Well, also too, a lot of the stuff that you make at home, one, you can customize it for the individual people, and then two, it doesn't have the fillers, it doesn't have the overproduced stuff or the preservatives in it. I know when one winter here in Iowa, I don't know what happened. Arthur was a baby at the time, and it didn't matter how much Vaseline I went through. I went through lotions. I went through everything. I went through butters. Hell, I took butter out of the fridge and I tried it. But it didn't matter what I
Yeah.
went through. His and I's hands, our feet, everything would just crack and bleed. And so I started digging and I found something that works. That's how I have the salves that I do at the shop, the balms.
Yeah.
It worked. It wasn't because we were necessarily broke. I mean, yeah, small business, you're never in the money, but it was because nothing else would work.
Yep.
So I just started throwing stuff at the wall. It did.
And I got really big into I got really big into all of my creams and my traditions. To be quite honest, when Luna was born and she was like allergic to everything and had eczema.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Like I said, nothing I bought in the store worked. Nothing was working. I had to like start reformulating on my own, and I'd always use my hair oil, of course, and like my masks and all of that. But I really got back into everything when Luna was born, and I was like, oh my god, like I need to find something for my child. So yeah.
I will say, honestly, anybody will do for love more than they will ever do for anything else. And when you're a mom,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah. And basically, and it's what I learned from my traditions is basically what you said. You just customize your products and your herbs to what's going on with the individual, and you make it until you get it right. And that's how it goes.
That was awesome. Oh, before I forget again, because I've already forgotten like 4 times during this conversation. Yep, I got one brain cell left. It's keeping everything running right now. Send me the link to the Facebook event for your demonstration.
Okay.
That way I can just copy paste it into the website's event. Like I said, I'm doing something new.
Yeah, I got to get on there and create stuff. I got to do that tomorrow, which...
Don't worry. Honestly, I don't know what happened with this fair, but everything's running behind.
Okay.
All the vendors are running behind, all the performers. It's just, I think we've just had so much happen over the summer.
I know. It's like...
It's just like, oh. It was like we couldn't just... It was a slow slog, but there seemed to be a lot of obstacles in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. But yeah, I gotta get that done. And then flyers, I got that link that you sent me for the flyers, which I was thinking of. Do you want me to, instead of printing them off and putting them around town, do you want me to like do a paid Facebook ad? And just
you can do a paid Facebook ad. I'm going to send you the e-invite that I made. So those are the posters, and I've got an e-invite. But yeah, please posterize and put them up everywhere, because believe it or not, those guerrilla warfare tactics in advertising, they really do work.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna go a little bit smoother this week. I've just been so busy. And then I don't know if I told you, I got some new ladies in the salon. So we're like maneuvering everything around and then trying to make space. And yeah,
it's awesome though. Lots of growth.
Yes. I'm excited about it. But once I get my little room back there set up, I can't wait to show everybody. It's gonna be like my little potion area for mine.
So we get a tour of the witch's shop, right?
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
Well, let them know how to get a hold of you. Let people know.
So you can go onto my Facebook page, Divine Feminine Beauty. I have a website as well, which is divinefemininebeautyunlimited.com. And then you can always reach out to me by phone, which is also on my Facebook page, which is 319-550-4219.
All right. Awesome. Well, Sheena, if you're okay with it, I think I'm going to say goodnight.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I'm ready to be done too.
Okay. Do you want to be on the round table this week or nah?
Yeah, I should be able to. So.
Okay. All right.
Well, I'll see you.
Thank you so much for coming on, and come see this lady out at our fair, Season of Souls, October 31st, November 1st and 2nd. And she's bringing her aerial hoop.
Bye.
Bye. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining in. And tomorrow night, we should be on with Tammy of Tammy's Treasure. She is absolutely wonderful, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her story. So I am going to attempt to do an end stream, but let's see how it goes. All right. Bye-bye, butterflies. Have a good night.